Have you taught your bird Pokemon how to fly?
Nope.
No, excuse me. I tend to have all of my bird Pokemon grounded. Thank you very much.
Bird Keeper Marlin.
What was here on my arm?
We're gonna go off with Shockwave.
And cook that bird to a crisp.
So happy Thursday, everybody, as we
right,
start things off. So we're still just clearing paths, right?
Yeah.
Still just clearing routes.
We're just getting our way to Fuschia City.
That's right, because we need to do Saffron after that. Because that's the way that it goes. And here comes another shockwave. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I'm working on my Team Magma and the Cockney. Because that's what Alex asked for. No, it's actually not. He didn't want a Cockney voice.
Not Cockney. I don't remember what I asked for.
Brooklyn?
Your thing was anything but Cockney.
Oh, yeah.
That was your request. Like, but you've given me this now. I have to use it, Alex.
Water Pulse.
There we go. So we've taken care of his Fearow.
Critical hit.
And it was worth it. So, sorry, Marlin.
Shot down in flames.
You mean you were shot through the heart, and you're to blame, darling, you get
have TMs on sale at
bad name.
TMs aren't really rare, but not many people have HMs.
Unless they're trainers, then every trainer has an HM.
Or unless you're playing Sun and Moon, then there are no HMs.
Yeah, that's true. There's no such thing as HMs. Which it actually does trigger a question in me. So how do you learn moves like Surf and Fly?
You get like Pokemon that just have these abilities.
Okay.
You don't really need, I mean, Surf and Fly can just be learned normally. Like, you can still learn them as like battle moves, but for like world traversing moves, it's like, you just get like Pokemon that know these moves, and like...
In which game?
In Sun and Moon.
So kind of like in Gen 6 where there were certain paths that had to be traversed by like a Rhyhorn or something like that.
Yeah, like that. You kind of like get this special, and it's not even like Pokemon that'll like, I think, take up your party, because it's like a summon kind of deal.
Yeah.
I can't quite remember. It's been a while since I picked up Sun and Moon. Ah, bummer.
There we go. So I think this is the turn, isn't it? No.
I am just bobbing my head back and forth. Yeah.
So I'm kind of dodging the trainers to save a little time and come back when I'm healed. I'll take care of them off screen. And Dougie,
you're a charitable person, because once we get to a point where I have to catch up on all of the swimmer trainers that I have to take care of in Emerald, I'm just gonna say it right here now. We're taking them on.
And Rain Dance will make Thunder 100% accurate. So
yay! But I think you have to have a water Pokemon to use it, don't you? I don't think Rechon can use it.
I don't think so. Hi, remember me? I'm one of Prof Folks AIDS. 50 species. I'm supposed to give you a reward. The experience share. Have you gathered up 50 kinds? Uh-oh, you caught only 40 kinds. You need 50 kinds. Oh, he just gives you,
sorry.
He gives you the experience share if you get 50 Pokemon.
Yeah, and I'm already being very jealous of you. Yeah, we already knew that. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
No, I'm not getting you a lemonade.
I'm not getting you a lemonade. I already had to get it for the other guards.
That's okay. He shared it. And the flu that was in it.
And now
a lot of people didn't think that through. Is like, yeah, he's sharing one cup amongst a bunch of people, and he probably had a cold.
Yeah.
That's
well, at least in this
happen.
version it's tea, so he could just use a singular tea bag. Assuming he took the bag out before,
Somebody is going to twist your words
look,
right now,
yes.
I can tell you.
Teleport.
Oh, jeez! Random Pockets!
Kiri, Jan, let's try really hard together.
I don't know if I want you to try really hard. That might mean another Random Pocket of Teleportation.
Jump cuts.
Jeez, do a lot of the people who watch this Let's Play love all these Rocket Pocket Teleportation.
Rocket Pocket Teleportation. That is now the name for it.
Rockets have mastered teleportation. Well, if they had Abras, they could.
I don't know. It's been a 50-50 reaction.
I don't know why I aimed Charmin.
Some people love the randomness that we react to it with, and then others just go, oh, that's lazy.
I know it's lazy. It's because I just hit pause on the recording software.
Yes, you did.
So I used to, when we first started like making these, I used to just like record in big long chunks, but then I found it was easier to just record for 20 minutes at a time and just space them out that way. And because I don't need to convert the video files anymore, because now my video editing will just load them normally, then I just don't feel a need to convert them and edit them that way. I just feel a need to, okay, I'm just gonna bring in the raw files once they're done. And then when it comes time to add the voiceover, I can just import the voiceover. It saves me like a ton of time. Stop using Protect, you little turtle bastard.
This behind-the-scenes moment has been brought to you by Geritol. No, I'm kidding. It's not brought by that. Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, some people appreciate in Let's Play, some people don't. Thankfully, our community has been very patient when we've had mistakes like that, like, say, with the Metroid Samus Returns incident where there's no game audio. That crap happens from time to time.
Yeah, technical flubs happen.
Yeah. So, you know, it's just one of those things.
Teleport!
Like, oh, jeez, Random Bulbapedia! Now we're gonna get a copyright strike by Bulbapedia, Alex!
I think they'd appreciate the free advertising.
And then we're gonna get copyright striked, and we're gonna...
Oh, I'm the move deleter. I can make Pokemon forget their moves. Would you like me to do that? Come again if there are moves you want to forget. So if you want to get rid of HM moves, you can.
Yeah, I want to forget my mind.
You want to forget your mind?
Yep.
Bill flies his own Pokemon. Did he show you?
I'm sorry, have you had a horrible life? Why do you want to forget your mind?
You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind.
All right.
The Spray Zone's warden is old, but he's still very much active. All his teeth are false, though.
But did you see his gun?
And then in Generation 2, he moves to Johto.
And still has a gun.
It's probably.
Just because it was never shown doesn't mean the gun doesn't exist.
It does. It exists.
He is a gun owner from here on in, and I will make sure that everybody knows that.
Legend of Dratini.
Yet another we've talked about them numerous times, but one of the many banned episodes from Pokemon.
It's like every season there's an episode doomed to get pulled from rotation for one reason or another.
But hey, you know, a lot of people think that's bad. I'm here to tell you that Sentai did worse because they actually had like little children dolls shooting guns at people. Going, their literal saying for it was like, I'm gonna do something mischievous. They pull out a 9mm and start firing.
Wow.
I'm like, how on earth did this get past Japanese TV censors? How did it? Because guns are like forbidden in Japan.
I guess that's why, because they're not really worried that kids are gonna be stupid and imitate shit.
I could totally argue this. You just told them that they could, because if you want to be mischievous, then all you have to do is go take a 9mm and start firing it down the street.
Yeah, but it's not like getting a... It's not like that's an easy thing to get in Japan.
No, it's not.
Compared to here, let's just be honest.
Yeah, there's no Second Amendment in Japan, so... That's a thing, and I think it's even very difficult for police to have them. It's mostly military.
I don't even think... Don't quote me on this. I don't even think the cops carry guns over there. And they don't in Britain either, so.
I want to say a certain rank of police officer can actually hold a gun, but it's something above detective.
Probably. I'm sure they have like their variation of SWAT and that.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably have certain sections of their police that do carry firearms if they're needed. But
yes.
But your average street cop isn't going to need one.
No, and here's the thing is like, you know, like compared to in a big city in the States, like you're going to have beat cops, but in Japan you have beat cops everywhere.
Yeah.
Just little police agencies here and there that you check into. How do I know this? Because Krillin is one of them. In fact, he's the cool one because he's like the equivalent of a Baywatch bike cop.
Baywatch.
It's one of the funniest things ever.
Strength isn't the key for Pokemon. Do you understand this? Pokemon is about strategy. I'll show you how strategy can be brute strength.
Whatever you say, Weevil.
Hey, you give me your cards. Well, you're clearly...
I still love that they gave him that voice.
Well, you're clearly evil, but I see no reason not to trust
Professor X.
It's a
there we go. So it's Professor X against Professor X. No, it's Hypno versus Professor X. Because that's the way it goes.
I never did name my Vaporeon because I can't think of a name for it.
You should have used Bite.
By the way, so somebody actually did give me a little bit of grief because I've said, I can't remember where it was, I like DBZ Abridged more than Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. It's not that I don't like Yu-Gi-Oh! I just think the jokes that are being done in DBZ are a lot more funny considering the characters. So it's nothing, it's absolutely nothing against Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged has a lot of really great moments.
Right.
But if it makes you feel any better, Hellsing Ultimate is probably my favorite Abridged.
Juggler Caden. What extraordinary!
But that's just because Hellsing Ultimate Abridged really lends itself to pop culture references, unlike Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball where you have to kind of set it up.
I was a magician, but I dreamt of becoming a ninja, so I joined this gym.
So you dreamt of becoming a ninja, and yet you're a juggler.
He's a juggler. Well, there's no
I'm sorry, where's your ninja sword?
There's really, like, no ninja class.
I'm sorry, I'm not surprised. I'm not impressed. Ninja Brian, could you kind of snap in here and snap his neck?
Yeah, for a poison gym, they sure have a lot of psychic types.
Mm-hmm. I don't think they thought this through. I think at some point, like...
Chudichi Masuda!
What's the creator of Pokemon's name?
Satoshi Tajiri.
Tajiri. I've always looked at Fuschia Gym as kind of weird, as basically saying, like, maybe they realized that either A, they didn't have that many poison types,
which is true,
or somewhere down the line he completely forgot that he was building a poison gym and thought he was building Saffron's gym instead. Which is an entirely possible explanation.
That is like a popular fan theory, is that the two gyms were that the two badges were supposed to be like flipped. Like Sabrina was supposed to give you the soul badge, and
Sabrina gives you the marsh badge.
Yeah, so
so at that point the soul badge should have been psychic and marsh badge should have been poison.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
It's just a theory that some people have, that maybe the badges were meant to be flipped. I don't think there's any confirmation on that.
Except the only thing that makes it weird is that Sabrina's gym has psychic Pokemon in it.
Yeah.
So at that point, it's like you can't officially confirm it. But what I'd like to envision in my head, and I'm just going to give you guys a step into Drak's brain, is Tajiri just walked down the hall one day and he said, "You know what I want to do for the psychic gym? I want to make it so there are invisible walls and everywhere." But, sir, isn't that supposed to be the poison gym that we're supposed to be doing that? And it will have a ninja trainer. Well, that's not very psychic, sir. I am the game director. You will do what I say. And therefore, we have two psychic-based gyms, but one of them is supposed to be poison.
And that's why he didn't direct any games after Ruby and Sapphire.
Hey, we're starting to realize that about a lot of creators in Japan. Like, and here's the thing, guys. I love a lot of these creators from Japan, but some of them are eccentric mother effers, all right?
Yeah.
Kojima, perfect example of that. He is such a film buff that the reason Death Stranding looks so weird is because I really do think that this is like his equivalent of an art house film.
Yeah.
You know, this is what he's going to actually do with it. Although I do actually have some other theories on Death Stranding now. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't played the game, but I'm just going to pose it right here and now. We haven't played PT, okay? Or PT was the demo leading into the new Silent Hill game, Silent Hills.
Right.
But it eventually got canceled by Konami, but that's really sad because it had Guillermo del Toro directing it along with Kojima.
Right.
Well, remember, Konami sacked it, and then Konami had their falling out with Kojima.
Yes.
And I'm not saying I'm a buff for Silent Hill. I don't know a lot of the design works, but a lot of the stuff in Death Stranding really makes me think that this was the initial idea for Silent Hills, and they've just decided to make it its own story now. Especially the concept of the fact the one guy from The Walking Dead, who was the main featured actor of Death Stranding,
right?
Guess what he also was? He was the main featured actor in Silent Hills.
Right.
So I wonder if they just basically took the plot from Silent Hills and made it into Death Stranding.
Oh, possible.
Discuss, people. I would actually like to have that discussion with people. Because I think there's merit to it. A lot of the twisted stuff that we just saw in the recent trailer looks like it also would have been in a Silent Hill game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought you had a... Like,
no.
Random pockets!
I had no antidotes.
Aww.
I also studied the way of the ninja. Ninja have a long history of using animals. Believe it! For every ninja reference, I'm going to find a Naruto reference.
I think he's got a lollipop. Tamer Edgar.
This at least isn't a psychic. This is like somebody who makes sense to be a poison trainer.
Charbaka. Come on, how are you intimidated by Arbok, Hypno?
Confusion!
It's a freaking snake, man.
But still, he's a scary Hypno guy who lures children away.
Hey, if I've learned anything from wrestling is that even Hulk Hogan is afraid of snakes. All right? Once you've had a snake put on your body, you run. That's the way it works. And before people start freaking out going, how on earth would you know that? Jake the Snake Roberts, baby. Jake put snakes on everybody.
Jake the Snake.
He even had a snake bite Macho Man Randy Savage.
Ooh, no.
Yeah, on camera, by the way.
Wow.
Traumatized, like... So, this was back in the 80s, back when lots of kids would attend WrestleMania. I'm not saying they don't anymore.
Yeah.
But, like, lots of kids who looked up to Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah. They actually had, on camera, a cobra being used by Jake the Snake Roberts bite Macho Man Randy Savage, like, right here on his arm. So you have a solid, like, 5-minute segment of this snake being latched onto the dude's arm.
Wow.
And the wrestlers couldn't get the snake off.
Oh, jeez.
I only know that because there's been a lot of post-testimony on the matter.
The old red and blue, you can actually see the walls.
Yeah, it's a little easier to see the old red and blue because there's not a lot of contrast.
True.
So basically,
I'm a juggler.
So the difference here is we're doing this hardcore.
A little bit.
All right.
Still.
Well, I don't think there was a way you can actually reveal the walls. You just had to feel your way around them.
Yeah.
So basically what I was saying in that last story, moral of the story, everybody's afraid of snakes.
Okay.
Except for maybe crazy people like the Crocodile Hunter. No, the Crocodile Hunter was afraid of snakes too.
I don't think he was ever afraid of them, because he still got up and close and personal, even with...
He was not afraid of them, he just respected him.
He did, he just did.
That's the line that he would utter, as well as Jeff Corwin. And Jeff Corwin actually held, like, the most dangerous snake in the world, so there you go. Because it's so dangerous, they don't have him in captivity. He had to go out into the wild to catch it. At least that's the way they painted it. I don't know. I have doubts about Animal Planet now. Right. A lot of stuff looks horribly rigged.
That's how reality is usually.
Yeah.
Reality shows.
I'm just gonna laugh my butt off if I go to Florida one day and there's a black mamba that's in captivity. I'm like, oh, I thought you couldn't keep them in captivity. They were so dangerous. There you go, guys. Your education on snakes for the day. And here's another bit of education. Arbok is not an actual snake. He is a pixelated creation. I'm sorry that I ruined that for you.
And that's the end of the episode.
Go ahead and cry to your heart's content.